you believe that? Do you hear that? All that rain? Look how sunny it is. There's this giant cloud that's come over suddenly. It's very strange. Understand that it's been in the 90s. Over the weekend, I was telling you in the videos about my sale that it was mid 90s most of the 3 days. Today's supposed to be 90, and it's pouring rain. So I don't know what happened. Some random cloud came over and just started pouring on us, which is very nice. I'm glad it is. But anyway, I'm Andrew from 510 Books. It is Wednesday. Oh boy, 12:30. I believe it's Wednesday, July 14th. I do know the year, 2021. And I wanted to give you a final video about my sale to be done with that topic. So day 3, and also just an overall impression of my sale. So it was my best sale in terms of sales, in terms of what I made, dollar amount, my gross sales. It was the best sale by, I believe, a couple $100, 150, $200, I believe. So I'm very happy about that. Excuse me. It wasn't a record in terms of the amount. It was right around the most people that I've had who've spent money, which is over 100, which I'm always happy with. If I can at least get over 100 people to show up and buy something, then you should have a great sale. So that includes this one. Day 3, Sunday, was typical Sunday, which means that it was dead for the first about 2 to 3 hours. And between 8 and 11, I probably had maybe 6, 7 people show up. In the first 2 hours, hardly had anybody come. But it started to pick up around 11:30, 12, and then it got a little bit busy, and then it was just kind of random. People would come and go. But when our Sunday was a normal day, typical day. So Sunday I had 22 people buy something. I had, I believe it was $451 in sales. So my slowest day of the 3, but that's what happens. Sundays are a little funky. But it did put me over the top in terms of, making the most that I've made over a 3-day sale. So I think my opinion is the combination of it being summer and July, especially right in the middle of the summer, and people possibly taking off and that kind of thing. And also me just not reaching enough people through my advertising, my marketing. I have to probably start trying either spending more money or trying new things, because I'm basically holding steady. Although I did do better this time, I didn't increase the amount of people that bought. So even though of course I want to make more money, but sometimes the reason that happens is because a couple of people spend more money, and then it brings up the number, which I believe is what happened this time. But so of course I want to make more money per sale, but I want more people to come, because that's the idea, right? Is to build up more repeat customers, more loyal customers, build relationships with people. That potentially brings more donations, more buying opportunities, and then them talking to other people as well. And like I said in my other 2 videos about this sale, that I had quite a few new faces, and they were saying that they're going to come back, and a few of them said they're going to bring other people, they're going to tell other people, spread the word, that kind of thing. So one marketing outlet I haven't used is Nextdoor. I still need to figure out how to set that up for my business. And if I can start utilizing that, because it's super hyper local, that would probably be a good thing as well. Because I do know of someone who, with their little free library, they were able to advertise that, and a lot more people showing up to their library and taking books and leaving books and that kind of thing. So I'm sure it would work the same way with my store. But that's something that would take time. But I know that is an untapped opportunity. I think a lot of people have gone to Nextdoor for the super local stuff instead of Facebook. Facebook is more, staying in contact with people that may or may not live physically near you, and sharing general things. Sharing general, information and whatever about your life and stuff going on. But I think Nextdoor is definitely more for, hey, how do I get a recommendation for a plumber, handyman, that kind of thing. And also, hey, there's this cool new bookstore, 510 Books. You go check it out. And also where if I start posting on there. But anyway, so I got to start testing that out. That's an untapped opportunity. But I do use Facebook, of course. I use Craigslist, and I also use a garage sale. What is it called? Garage sale app. Well, it's advertising that you can do for $30, and that always brings a few people as well. And believe it or not, Craigslist does bring people. So oh, and also of course I used the book sale website. That worked well. Brought a fair amount of people to the sale. Some new people for sure, and we'll see if we can turn them into repeat customers. So I'm really, really happy also that I sold a lot more books, and excited about selling a lot more DVDs as well. And for some reason, less CDs and less vinyl this time. Usually what I had seen before was vinyl, and CDs did a lot more, but for some reason, I still have the same amount of CDs out here, same amount of vinyl, and got some good new stuff in for vinyl as well. So it's just up and down, you just never know. That's why, because I have so many different media types, that I can usually, people usually will spend around $20 per person, because I have so many options, basically so many different types of media. So if someone's just books, I got plenty of books for them to look through, etc. Right? I mean, if they're into music, then I got tons of music, tons of movies, all that. So that's usually how it goes. I mean, if I was only books, I don't know how well I would do. I mean, maybe I would do well. I would have a much bigger selection if I was only books, or what if I was only music? I was only CDs and records. I mean, that's not what I did, so it doesn't matter. But I don't know. If I was super focused, then maybe it would work. And I had a huge selection, which I would. Imagine this was all books, or it was all records and all CDs. I mean, good Lord, I'd have probably the biggest, one of the biggest selections around. So anyway, yeah, overall it was great. Takeaways are probably better, just getting better at advertising. I can't really put out much more, in terms of inventory. I packed my shelves, put out everything I had, everything that I could fit, basically. I could have put out a few more books, but for the most part, it was pretty full of books. And I was happy at the amount that I sold, for sure. So that was really good. Hold on one second. The other thing that did well was kids' books. I sold a good amount of kids' books. Kids' books are a great way to bring in, parents of young kids, or just parents in general, also teachers. So I suggest, if you're going to do a local sale, that you have a good amount of kids' books, whether they are picture books. I recommend picture books and chapter books, because I sold a good amount of both this time around, although I did do really well with the picture books. Price them really low. I'm selling them at 50 cents a piece, so you get 100 picture books for $50, which is a heck of a deal. The only thing comparable is going to a thrift store, but it just depends on the thrift store, because I've seen Goodwill charging up to $2 for a picture book, so it just depends. The other thing is I have random stuff out. So let me show you. I think I've shared these with you before. So I've had these National Geographics. These are old ones. This is going back to, 1946? What is that? 1970s? I already sold a bunch of those. Those ones I just left out. They haven't sold yet, of course, but I probably sold like a dozen or so of these already. Believe it or not, TV guides, I've sold a few. People see those and they reminisce. These little things, which I didn't know about, blue chip savings books. People bought a few of those. No one has bought these classic cars magazines. I might have to just get rid of them. I decided it wasn't worth it to sell it on eBay, I believe. Is what I just want to try it locally, which they haven't sold. I'm surprised. The other thing on these Life magazines, I have old ones going back, so 30s all the way to the 80s. And even though there's a lot here, I did sell a lot of them. One guy bought, I think, 20 of them, and random people bought some as well. Those are from the 80s down there. Another thing I put over here are, which is not, I mean, these are books, but comics, right? So different ones. What are they called? Doonesbury and, oh geez, I'm blanking. Also Calvin and Hobbes. I sold some Calvin and Hobbes. Far Side I had there. So these are things that typically, you know, like the comic books, the collection, the books. Oh wow. The collection of certain comic strips, like Calvin and Hobbes, like Doonesbury, like Far Side, can't really do much with online unless you put them in big lots, which is always an option with eBay, which is why eBay is great. But putting those out, they actually sold. So I'm testing the waters with this stuff, right? With the Life magazine, the old Life magazines, the TV guides, the National Geographics, the cartoons, the comic strips. Also, I have random stuff over here. I've got other magazines and things like that, which some have sold, some haven't. Maps, I've sold maps before. So what I find that works is just kind of having a random section, and people buy it, right? Also, some people bought cookbooks. You know, cookbooks are notoriously hard to resell online unless they're really niche, or antique, vintage, or they're newer and they're really hot right now, or it's a topic that's really hot right now. Of course, you can always do lots on eBay. I haven't really gotten into cookbook lots just because I haven't gotten enough together. But my cookbooks, I sold quite a few, probably a dozen or so, which is great because I don't have a huge selection. Here, I've got these down here in those crates. So just offering variety is really nice. People kind of like to, what I've found anyways, people like to look at random stuff. I've got the 5 major sections: books, CDs, vinyl, DVDs, and video games. You could throw audiobooks in there, so that's another category as well. And of course I have some VHS tapes and audio cassette tapes, but those 5 ones are the 5 big ones, and then just random, you know, random stuff that I come across either through donations or as a part of a bulk buy. Most of the stuff is donations, but some of it, of course, some of it I find randomly in Gaylords. So yeah, that helps as well. So yeah, so it was a good, solid 3-day sale. I'm just gonna keep working on it, trying to get better with marketing and advertising, and see if I can improve the numbers, the amount of people that come out. So my next one will be first weekend of August. My plan is now, the next couple weeks, is to just list as much as I can on eBay. I sent out a shipment, Amazon shipment. Gosh, what is it? This last week, it was 70 or 80 items, which was nice to get those all out. They had piled up in my house, so I finally got those out. This was actually, no, this was Friday. Yeah, this was just the end of last week. So that was nice. I listed some stuff merchant fulfilled. So that was good to get those out of there. So yeah, so I'm going to be focusing, because I have everything I need to restock the shelves, even records, because people donated records. The only thing I don't have are video games, but like I said, I don't worry about those too much. I don't have a huge video game following. Some people buy some, that kind of thing, but if I don't get them in, I don't get them in. The place I usually find them are in Gaylords, but I'm not interested in getting Gaylords right now. So if I come across them, I will. I will buy them, or if I have that chance. But I have everything else, right? I've got plenty of CDs, plenty of DVDs, Blu-rays, books, of course, and I even got some records to put out. So yeah. Also, which I'll make another video of, I got a donation today. See all these books here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would say about 9 bankers boxes. Those are huge bankers boxes, but worth of books. This is the second donation from the same person, a local professor. So there's going to be some interesting stuff in here for sure. I want to make a video about going through these books, so I will do that possibly tomorrow, because I don't think I'll be able to do that today. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I had an awesome sale. I appreciate you guys watching, following my journey as I'm trying to improve upon this this local business. And thanks, guys. I'll see you next video. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.